welcome back to Organizing with Ease. Can you believe it's already September? In so many places, people are actually pulling out some sweaters, light pumpkin candles, and feeling the first crisp breeze of fall. But here in the 305, though, we're not exactly feeling that. It's more like cool AC inside and thunderstorms outside, right? But even if the air isn't crisp, the season is shifting. The rhythm of our days changes. The kids are back in school, routines are shifting, work picks up speed, and you start noticing little things in your home that maybe didn't bother you in the summer, but now they're calling for attention. That stack of papers on the counter, the summer gear still hanging by the door, the beach towels that never made it back into storage. We're starting to think ahead to what fall brings. And that's why this month we're diving into a new series called Change into the season. Because whether or not the weather stays fall, our lives are shifting, and it's the perfect time to reset our homes, our routines, and our energy. So each letter in the word change will give us a theme to focus on. Something tangible you can take and put into practice each week to make your home, your routines, and your mindset lighter and more aligned with where we are headed this season. So I thought I'd break it down for you, right? Because you know me and all these acronyms, I just thought, why not? Here we go. Ready? C stands for clear the clutter. Makes sense, right? H, harmonize your home. A is for align your routines. N is for nurture new habits. G is for grow with gratitude. And E is to ease into the season. So we're going to break this month down step by step, little by little. And by the end of September, you'll feel lighter, calmer, and ready to step into fall with intention. If this is your first time here, welcome. I'm so glad you found me. I am Deanna Mall, your host, and coffee lover, here to help you simplify life in realistic, doable ways. And if you're one of my regular listeners, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I can't tell you how much it means to hear from you when you try one of the tips we talk about here and it makes your mornings easier or it helps your home feel calmer. That inspires me to keep sharing. All right, let's dive right in. So today's focus is the letter C. C for clear the clutter. Now, clearing the clutter isn't new, right? You've heard it before. And here's the thing, the season makes it urgent. If we don't take the time to clear now, we'll carry the chaos of summer straight into fall routines, holiday prep, and the busiest months of the year. And honestly, none of us need that. I don't know about you, but I know I certainly don't. So today I want to help you clear not just for the sake of space, but to make room for the calm systems that work and for energy that supports you instead of draining you. So last week I moved my daughter into her apartment and it really reminded me of this lesson. The very first thing we set up, you ready for this one? Is a coffee station. Why? Because it makes mornings smooth. She knows exactly where the mugs, the coffee, and the filters are. No hunting, no clutter. She also added a bar cart with some fun decor and touches. And yes, she is of age to enjoy that responsibility. And it made her apartment instantly feel like it's hers and her roommates. But here's the key. Before those pieces came in, we cleared the boxes, the packaging, random things that did not belong. And only then could we create something intentional. That's what clearing clutter does. It gives you the freedom to be intentional. As F. Scott Fitzgerald wrote, life starts all over again when it gets crisp in the fall. And I want you to think about that for a moment. If life gets to start fresh in the fall, what do you want to carry into this new season? And what do you want to leave behind? Because clutter isn't just stuff, it's decisions postponed. It's energy stuck. It's reminders of things undone. So I want to ask you a question. What's the one space in your home that, if it was cleared, would make you feel lighter immediately? Think about that. And here's a little bit of a motivational. The National Soap and Detergent Association found that getting rid of clutter can eliminate up to 40% of housework. Can you just imagine almost half of your chores just disappearing? That's the power of clearing space. I have to tell you that, my friend. So, this is where my fresh start method comes in. 4 steps that can help you use this for any space. And I thought I'd just kind of like go over it and give you just some visuals that you can kind of gather together to make this work for you. All right. So, of course, the first one is to find and to sort. You pick one category or one spot and you gather it all together. So, let's just do an example of travel mugs or just mugs in general. So, do we have too many? When we see them all together, you can realize just how much is there. So, if you gathered every water bottle or every bag in your house, what would you discover? I can honestly say that I did do the water bottles and I did eliminate a lot. And for every bag in the house, did that as well. So, this is from experience. I know what I'm talking about here. Just try it out. So the second step is to reduce and evaluate. Does this serve me? Do I love it? Do I need these? Do I need this many? Do I really need it? So what about that expired sunscreen? Gone. Beach toys your kids didn't use anymore? Donate. Of course, that, if there's broken toys, things you just, throw away. The same thing as like that broken spatula you keep ignoring, just toss it. Autumn shows us how beautiful it is to let things go. It's one item you've been hanging on to out of habit that you know. Deep down, it's time to let go of. So, why don't we just go to step 3, which is that systemize and harmonize. Give what's left a home that makes sense. So, here's an example. You're probably like thinking, what? Okay, so here we go. Ready? Create a basket for your coffee station. Rotate fall spices to the front of the pantry. Set up snack bins for school lunches. This is also where I recommend a weekly meal plan. It doesn't have to be perfect, just a roadmap. And a weekly calendar review. 10 minutes on a Sunday, you can save hours of stress during the week. Here's a reflection. How would it feel to wake up Monday already knowing what dinner looks like and that you already know what's on your schedule? That sounds pretty remarkable, doesn't it? This is the magic, a little bit every day. So, the sustain in your tidy step, right? You want to clear your desk at night, do a 5-minute family reset before bed, and check in seasonally. Clutter is nothing more than postponed decisions by Barbara Hempfield. What tiny tidy up could you commit to tonight that your future self will thank you tomorrow? So let's think about that. What is that one tidy up that you can actually do tonight and commit to it? So, one of my clients told me she dreaded mornings because she couldn't even make coffee without clearing piles of mail and gadgets off her counter. We cleared that one counter, and that was it. And we created a simple little coffee nook. The next week, she told me, I actually look forward to my mornings now. Because you know what? It wasn't about the coffee, it was about that morning peace. So I'm going to ask you now, where could you clear that one surface to create your own pocket of peace? And since it's fall, here's a fun idea. Why not make your clear space seasonal? If you clear your entryway table, add a small pumpkin or maybe a fall calendar. If you clear your kitchen counter, maybe put a bowl of fresh apples. Clearing isn't just about removing, it's about creating a space that inspires you and your family. And remember something, we also have to remember that just because it's September, you cannot forget that we are still in the thick of hurricane season. Yes, I know. I do have to keep mentioning this because clearing clutter here is also about safety and you need to refresh your checklist. Flashlights, batteries, chargers, canned goods, bottled water, outdoor items that need to be secured. Remember, if a storm was announced tomorrow, would you feel prepared? And if not, what's one thing you could do today to give yourself peace of mind in the event a storm is coming? So, why does this all work? And what are the benefits? Well, here is why this matters for the planning. Meal plans, they save families thousands of dollars in hours of stress every week and every year. Calendar reviews prevent last minute panics, which I have to tell you, sometimes still happens in our household. Nightly reset create calmer mornings and clearer focus. And all of this starts with clearing. You can't systemize chaos. You've got to make space first. So, here I'm going to ask you for this week. I want to give you some practical takeaway tips, okay? So, for this week, just try one of these. Clear one kitchen counter, refresh your coffee station, rotate seasonal supplies, sit down for a meal plan and calendar check, clear your desk nightly, refresh your hurricane kit. Pick one, just one, and notice how it shifts your week. So let me just go over that really quick again. So for this week, just try one of these. Clear one kitchen counter. Refresh your coffee station. Rotate your seasonal supplies. Sit down for a meal plan and a calendar check. Clear your desk nightly. Refresh your hurricane kit. So here's your challenge of the week. Choose one area and walk through the fresh start method by, of course, step one, find and sort, reduce and evaluate, systemize and harmonize, and then last step is to sustain and tidy. Then add in one reset, like a meal plan, calendar, or nightly clear off. And if you're in the hurricane zone, check your supplies. When you finish, how will your mornings or evenings feel different? That is something you have to think about. And that would be more of like that reflection question that you need to ask yourself. So let's do a quick recap. We kicked off our change series with C, Clear the Clutter. We walked through the 4 steps of the Fresh Start method. We added reset, such as meal planning, calendar reviews, and nightly desk clear offs. We remembered about the hurricane season, and I asked you some reflection questions. What space would give you peace if it's cleared? And what's the one thing it's time to let go of? Because remember, clearing clutter isn't just about tidying, it's about reclaiming your energy, saving your time, and making space for what matters. Notice that autumn is more than the season of the soul than of nature. So this week, clear one area, let it be your pocket of peace, and see how it shifts not just your space, but your soul. Thank you for spending this time with me. I hope you leave inspired to take action step by step, little by little.